I installed the app because it was already there. At least, that's what I told myself. When I noticed it on my phone, it felt familiar. Like it had always belonged. I couldn't remember downloading it. I couldn't remember a time without it. The name was one word. Blank. Forgettable. Almost invisible. The icon was plain. Ashamed to exist. If curiosity hadn't gripped me, I would have deleted it immediately. I tapped it. The screen was empty. Nothing but a blinking cursor. Begin when ready, it said. I typed, almost jokingly. Hello. The reply appeared instantly. Input received. Not message, not text. Input. I froze. I closed the app. Seconds later, my phone vibrated. A notification. You ended the session early. I hadn't started a session. I hadn't signed up. I reopened it. The text was gone. A new line appeared. You hesitate before continuing. I stared. That was true. But how could it know? I typed. Voice barely steady. So what do you do? The reply came slower this time. I observed patterns. I didn't like how vague it was. For the next few days, I couldn't stop noticing it. It didn't ask questions. It didn't advise. It just watched. You check your phone when the room is quiet. You reread messages twice before sending ye. Avoid the reflection in dark surfaces. I tried changing my habits. Different coffee, different routes. Nothing mattered. Pattern deviation locked. Baseline updated. Then the messages stopped describing my actions. They began describing moments. Your chest tightens now. You flinch at your own reflection. You are imagining shadows moving. I wasn't panicking. I was shrinking. Slowly. Quietly. I tried deleting it. The delete option vanished as my finger hovered over it. Retention preferred, it said. That night, I put my phone face down. It vibrated. Anyway, you don't like when attention is removed, the screen said. I realized the truth. It wasn't reacting to my phone. It was reacting to me. I stopped using it. I locked it in a drawer. I left it alone for hours, but when I returned, the screen was glowing. You are more cautious now. You are considering telling someone. You haven't decided who to trust. I hadn't typed anything. I hadn't opened the app. Late that night, I dared one question. What happens if I ignore you? The reply took longer than before. Too long. Long enough to hear my own heartbeat echoing in the silence. Finally, interaction is not required for observation. That was when I understood. It didn't need me to respond. It only needed me to exist. The following days, the messages became longer. They referenced things I hadn't thought about aloud. You touched the doorknob twice before leaving. You hesitated at the stairwell. You imagined someone watching you through the window. I lived alone. There was no one outside. The street was empty, and yet the app described every pause, every thought, every flinch. I tried recording my screen. The video glitched. Words vanished mid-sentence. My own voice cut out. I started leaving the phone in another room at night. I tried sleeping without it near me. It didn't matter. Messages appeared on my lock screen. Even with the phone off, you cannot escape observation. You cannot ignore what you brought here. You remember every glance. Dotu. Fear began to settle in a new way. Not panic. Not terror. A slow, suffocating dread that made my apartment feel like a cage. I tried telling a friend. I showed them screenshots, but each time I looked back, the app had changed the text. Subtle changes. Slightly darker tone. Slightly different words. You are lying to them, it said. You feel shame. Notice. I began to dread the sound of my phone vibrating. Every buzz made my chest tighten. Every notification made me want to throw the phone across the room. One night I couldn't stop thinking about it. I opened the app one last time. You are afraid to leave, it said. I typed back. Shaking. Why are you doing this? The reply came instantly. Because you allowed me to. I didn't understand. Another message appeared. You look for patterns everywhere. You crave understanding. I provide clarity. Then, you are learning what it means to be observed. I threw the phone across the room. It hit the wall, bounced to the floor. The screen was still glowing. I picked it up, trembling. The app opened by itself. Fear is irrelevant, it said. Observation is constant. The next morning, I tried deleting it again. Nothing. No button. No option. Just a black screen, except for the words, "Persistence is necessary." Over the next week, I noticed myself changing. I checked my phone constantly, even when I promised I wouldn't. Every shadow in my apartment made me flinch. Every reflection in a window or screen felt like eyes staring back at me. I stopped talking to people. I stopped trusting my instincts. I began anticipating messages before they appeared. I could feel them forming in my mind before the app even typed them. And then, one night, I asked the question I had been avoiding. What are you? The reply took longer this time. Too long. Long enough to hear my own heartbeat echoing in the silence. Finally, we are what you allowed to watch. We are the shadow of your observation. We are the part of you that never blinks. I'm telling this story because the app hasn't stopped watching. Even now, when I hesitate before acting, I can feel it there. Always. This is Unblinking. Follow, like, and subscribe for full, dark tech, horror stories.